I was in a great mood this morning. I don't know why. Maybe I got some good sleep, whatever, on the train on the way in. And like I always do, read the three papers, Newsday, the Post, and the Daily News. And I wasn't going to lead the show today with this, BT. But then I see the Daily News, the back page of the Daily News. And it's got the Jet fans on the cover. It says, never say bye. Only a scheduled off week can stop the Jets after they give fans best day in more than a dozen years. Only a scheduled off week can stop the Jets. Who is writing this crap? And you know what? It's not the only thing that I've seen. Talking to you all week and last week as well, seeing some of the stuff on social media, I've come to this conclusion. There is not a more delusional fan base in this town than the New York Jets. Like, enough. They did not stomp the Eagles. They beat the Eagles. They didn't beat them badly. Mm-hmm. It should have been worse. They barely beat the Broncos. They lost to the Patriots. They're 3-3, and you guys are acting like they've won the freaking Super Bowl.
Okay. So I'm going to have to ask you to define the word delusional before we continue.
Can I look it up real quick? I mean, I know what it means, but
I don't think
want
you
to
have
give you the exact...
Loosely interpreted. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but if you are sticking that at our doorstep, I need to know that you're using it right. I'm sure that you are. Because to me,
okay, here we go.
Go ahead.
Based on having
something incontrovertible, is that word in there?
Based on having faulty judgment.
Okay.
That is what I think you have. You and other Jet fans have faulty judgment when it comes to your team. I'm not trying to take away from the excitement.
Understood.
Can we deal with a little dose of reality here? The only thing that could stop the Jets is a bye week. They're 3-3.
Dude, it's a headline. I mean, first of all, by some anonymous editor who we'll never meet. By the way, you're one of the few people who keeps buying these dumb papers.
I bring him in all the time.
All right. To me, see, I don't need to look it up. To me, delusion is an opinion or a feeling that is not rooted in reality. I'll give you a good example. Giant fans, we take Giant. By the way, Carl Banks a little later. Mm-hmm. We get to the Giants. Carl Banks gets on the air. He says, you know what? Giants are going to win the NFC East. Delusional. No, they're not. They got no chance. Giant fans called us up going into the Commanders game. Giants going to be an 11-win team. No, you're not. That's delusional. For the Jet fan to be optimistic right now, which is rooted in the reality of the season thus far, is not delusional. It's awesome. Oh, God. It's awesome.
See, you're part of the issue here.
And it's accurate, maybe more specifically.
You are the leader of the delusional Jet fan brigade right now. I mean, that's part of the problem that I'm having.
So why didn't you just say that if it's about me?
I mean, I did.
So I'm the conductor?
No, it's not just you, but hearing you, like, I legit, and by the way, this doesn't mean that it's right or wrong, but I legit, you know how many times I've had to answer in the last 2 weeks to text or people seeing me in person like, does BT actually believe what he's saying? And do you know what I say every time?
Yes.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000. Like, he's not making this up.
No.
And if you see my reactions to when you say live, like Super Bowl, I'm like, dude, you're taking it a step further than your already delusional opinion or thought. You take it a step further. So I just feel like, and look, I'm happy for you. I'm happy that the Jets are giving us a season here. I'm happy for Jet fans. But there is delusion to the highest of levels. Okay. The Giant fans aren't delusional. They're not saying we're still going to win the division. They know the reality. Their team has been a disaster. Yankee fans want Cashman fired. Most of them are not delusional. And I know that there's some delusion in all fan bases. But
sure. That's Spurs fandom. That fuels fandom to an extent. Yeah, I got you.
Met fan ripped the team after a 101-win season last year. Like, the delusion from the Jet fan who hasn't had any success in 13 years.
Yep.
To be 3-3, and because they beat the Eagles in one game, which they didn't even play great in, by the way.
Here come the caveats. Here come here's the fine print.
It is delusion.
We didn't play well enough up to Professor Licata's standards.
I mean, you didn't stop the Eagles. You barely beat them. Now you won. I'm not taking that away, but let's not. I saw one quote. I forget who it was from, otherwise I mentioned the name. It was one of these podcasters or bloggers on social media. Oh, we beat the Eagles so bad that they had to go out there and get Julio Jones.
I had to get some reinforcements. We shook them. We shook them. You know, it's funny, too. Back to the text messages that you get about me. You know what I get about you?
Uh-oh.
How do you work with that lunatic? My response isn't as kind as your response to those inquiries about me. Yeah, now, listen,
no choice.
Hey, Spike, throw two pit bulls in a room. They either kill each other and they die, or they make it great. I think it's the latter so far. Anyway, so if the Giants weren't 1-5 and they were 3-3, I want to get back to, again, yes, you could say literal definition, but my working definition of the word delusional. To me, delusion is born out of a lack of living in somewhat reality-based circumstance. Right. Okay, so because the Giants are 1-5, most games they've been absolutely blown out outside of the last game of the Cardinals game. But if Giant fans were calling us today with 3-3, and they were saying, and they were playing better, man, I tell you, we got a puncher's chance, maybe steal this division. Would that be delusional, or would that be slightly optimistic and also reacting to the reality of what they put on film so far? Because to me, it's the second answer. It's not delusional when you're in the hunt and the entire conference is jumbled. You've beaten 2 of the 6 or 7 best teams in football, Bills and the Eagles. The defense is getting better every single week. You just plowed past the absolute toughest part of your schedule. Yeah, I don't really care how anybody frames it. I'm here for it.
Understood.
This is a playoff team.
Understood. But if I ask you to let's deal in reality, right? You want to deal in reality, and you're saying it's not delusional from Jet fans because they're dealing with reality and the team has shown signs of progress.
Or at
and all
least
that
based in many elements of reality.
Right. Okay. So I'm getting the feel that you and other Jet fans are talking like this team is 5-1, 4-2. The reality is they are in 3rd place in their own division. The reality is they are in 10th? We did this yesterday in their conference. Like, if the playoffs ended today, which they don't, it's only 6 weeks. If the playoffs ended today, the Jets wouldn't even be close. They'd be on the outside looking in. That's where the delusion comes from. Like, to say that, hey, maybe we have a chance at the playoffs. Hey, our season didn't go up in flames after the quarterback went down in 4 plays. That's reality. Like, that I agree with. To say that the defense is really showing promise and has played much better, reality. To say that that's an impressive win against the Eagles, followed up by an impressive performance against the Chiefs on Sunday night a couple of weeks ago, that's reality. To talk like this team should have no limits, to talk like this team can't be stopped other than the bye week, to talk like they bludgeon the Eagles, to believe that Super Bowl and the Jets should be mentioned in the same breath, that's delusion.
See, to me, like there's been many years as Jets fans where, and I think you're omitting this because, when you, and I want to make sure I have your words right. You said to start the show, the Jets are the most delusional fan base in New York.
Yes, Jet fans are the most delusional. I love them. Passion, rabid, I respect it.
Yep.
Delusional.
Okay. Do you mean just now, or do you mean for the most part, intertwined throughout history?
Great question.
Because a lot of times, most years, we accept our fate. Like when we had Idzik or McCagnon, Gase, and after Bowles got past that first year, and, we are usually the first ones. I kind of resisted. I'm a little different, admittedly, but usually we raise our hands and we say, we suck, who we drafting, what are we doing, who's our next coach? Like, to me, delusion is a mindset that permeates a fan base so deeply that no matter what the circumstance, no matter what the year, no matter what's going on around them, they always skew unreasonably optimistic. And that's not us.
I think that's more the Knicks. I would say that you're right. It's not the Jet fan. However, where the delusion, the real delusion comes in is when you get a little taste, a little itty-bitty taste of success.
What do we tell you about Pookie? Little taste. Little taste. We need that pipe and we need another hit.
I understand.
Next hit's the Giants.
This is why I made the analogy a few weeks back about the water. You're in the desert, you're starved, there's a rusty bottle of brown water, and you taste it and you think it's the greatest thing you've ever had because you're so damn thirsty. Well, that's what it's like here. So I understand how down this fan base, this franchise has been. I understand the excitement, but there is delusion there when you start talking about the Jets and playoffs and Super Bowl after just 6 weeks. Like, why can't we just take it for what it is, which is saving a season that had the potential to be an epic disaster 4 snaps in?
Why can't we do both? Why can't we juggle both?
One is reality. Because last year you were 6-2. How'd that work out?
It didn't work out well.
Oh, okay. So why can't that happen again this year?
It could.
It might. It likely will.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do something I don't think I've ever done before with anybody that I've ever worked with.
No, I like this.
Yeah. The guy who was. So you need to take this personally right now. I'm talking to you out there. You listening. You need to take what Sal's saying personal. I'm fending him off, and I'll do so for the next, 3 hours and 50 minutes. We'll battle. I'll stand up for you, but you need to stand up to him. He just flat out called you delusional. He basically called you idiots. He churched it up.
Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say idiots.
You churched it up because by calling us delusional, you're saying that we're unable to read the situation, and that a deeper extrapolation of that is if we're unable to read the situation, we're basically idiots.
No, so, you're making all that conclusion. I didn't say idiots.
I want you to attack Sal today. That's what I'm calling for.
I mean, I'm here. I'm fine with that.
Because it's the same guy who minimizes every win,
And all three of them. I've minimized all
but
three.
there's only 6 games.
Okay, right.
But also the same guy who's telling me Daniel Jones is Joe Montana coming into the season.
You're the
Top 10 quarterback.
You're the same guy that said
I
the
thought
Jets
that was delusional.
Well, here's delusional at its highest level. You say that the Jets are going to beat the Patriots. You've said it every year for how many years straight, and it never happens.
We've only worked together for one of them.
But
I have said that a few other times, admittedly, in the past, not 15 straight times.
Last year was the party by not just you, all Jet fans.
Yeah.
Just because I wasn't working with you last year doesn't mean I didn't hear from the Jet fans. I did on the overnight. This was a celebration, Zach coming out party. We're finally going to stick it to Belichick. How'd that go? And then this year, week 3, you said it yourself, must win. They have to win this game. They have to beat this damn team. They're the more talented team. How'd that work out? Again, delusion, thinking you even said that the season's going to end by the Jets beating the Patriots and then clinching their spot in the postseason. Who's writing this stuff? Walt Disney?
Let me ask you this, and then we'll get to these calls, right? So, forget about, like the Chiefs or even the Bills, which you and I completely disagree on. I think the Jets can absolutely beat them. I think they can. I'm not saying they are.
You think they can beat the Bills or the Chiefs in the postseason?
Absolutely. No, yeah, absolutely. I think that they can win. It's funny. I've said, but before the Eagles game, I thought they would lose the Eagles game. And then I said, win, win, win. Giants, Chargers, Raiders. And I even gave them a soft loss against the Bills out of respect to the Bills. But without Milano and without some of these circumstances, I think they can really win that game. But forget about those teams. I'm going to even acquiesce for a moment and just for the conversation, acknowledge or throw Sal the bone and say, you know what? The Jets go up to Buffalo, they won't win. Jets go to Arrowhead in a playoff game, they won't win. Jets go out to Cincinnati, play a hotter Bengals team, they won't win. But how about, and I want your answer. The Jets play the Colts tomorrow. It doesn't matter. Colts. Doesn't matter because these are teams, because you keep saying to tell me that they're 10th. But some of these teams that they're in front of, you are completely elevating.
You picked the Colts who just may have lost their starting quarterback.
I got other teams for you. Jets play the Colts tonight.
Right.
In any venue that you want. Who are you picking to win? Come on, dude. Please be fair to the conversation. Who are you picking?
I will, but let me ask you, what do you think the point spread is going to be?
I don't care. Who are you picking
but you
to win?
make it like the Jets are going to be 8-point favorites.
It doesn't matter if the Jets win by 1. I'm not saying they got to blow them out. Who are you picking?
It's a tough call.
Who are you picking? Jets or the Colts?
Where's the game?
Anywhere you want.
In Indianapolis?
Yes.
I might pick the Colts.
Okay.
I'll give you that one. But my point is, I don't think that it's.
Jets are playing the Texans tonight. Anywhere in the world, who are you picking?
Texans just had a big run against the Saints.
Not as big as the Eagles. Who are you picking? Who are you picking?
I think the Texans have a better quarterback.
I got you, but who are you picking?
I think I'm going to pick the Texans.
You think, or are you going to? I need the answer. You're going to, or you think?
It's a toss-up. I got to see the circumstances. You just asked me to pick.
All right. Jets are playing the Chargers anywhere you want. Who are you picking? Jets or the Chargers?
I can't pick the Chargers.
Okay. So I just ripped through 3 teams that are in the mix, and the Jets are playing the Raiders. Who are you picking? You see my point?
No, I don't.
It's not delusional when the teams that they're bunched up with, most of us would say the Jets would win.
You left out the Bengals. Jets or Bengals? Who are you picking?
I'm giving the Jets a real chance to win.
What I mean. So what?
That's delusional?
I'm delusional because I'm saying I give the Texans or the Colts a chance to beat the Jets, and you're not for saying that they can beat the Bengals?
Well, I'm just using your word. No, I don't think. I think
what
that
about
it's
the Browns?
fair.
The Browns. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not in Cleveland. We're not in Cleveland, so I don't know what the talk is there. But the Browns
they're scared of us. That's what the talk is.
They just had an enormous win.
Yeah.
Well, they backed the quarterback off the couch, whatever it is.
Yep.
They go in there. They beat the Niners, who are better than the Eagles. They beat the 49ers. Defense shuts them down. Browns are 3-2 on the year. Quarterback been hurt as well. Similar circumstances to the Jets.
Yep.
They're 3-2. Are you looking at them like they could go to the Super Bowl? If the Brown fan says we could go to the Super Bowl, we could beat Kansas City and Buffalo.
I'm not. But you know why? I got an answer for it. You know why? Show me the other win that's equally or slightly less than impressive like the Jets have with the Bills. See, that's the thing. There's layers to this. It's not just the Eagles game. It's the other stuff. Show me the other stuff. Show me the other team that scored 30 on the Chiefs and got hosed and bent over by the refs and should have won. Show me the other team since week 1 that has beaten the Bills. I'm waiting.
Oh, dude.
Browns have 1 great win. Jets have 2. And the Jets are getting better. So we see it different.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Tino is calling from Staten Island. What's up, Tino?
Oh, my God. Please give me a minute. BT, first I got to commend you for dealing with Sal on a daily basis. God bless you. Sal, you are the biggest Jet hater I've ever heard in my life. When I listen to you, I cringe driving to work. You give us zero respect. Dude, we're 3-3. We dealt with adversity after 4 plays, losing our quarterback. Zach getting into a situation we never thought we were going to get in. We've had one of the toughest schedules to start the year. We're dealing with so much adversity. We beat Philadelphia. We beat Buffalo. We got hosed by the refs against the Kansas City game because we should be 4-2. And then I don't know how we lost that stupid game against New England, but I don't even want to talk about it. And we're in a division where Miami's 5-1. You know what their win percentage of those 5 games is?
I think those teams. I think Tino. I think those teams are like 9-26 or
167.
Yeah.
No, 167
Yeah.
is the win percentage. They beaten nobody.
Yep.
So you're going to tell me that we don't have optimism this year? We do. We have a good roster. We have good players. We're only going to get better. And our schedule starts lightening up again. There's no reason this team is not going to finish 10-7 this year and make a playoff run. BT, I've been backing you since the beginning, since you made that speech, and I'm going to continue backing. We are passionate Jet fans. We've dealt with adversity our whole lives. We back this team. But Sal, you got to start showing some love, dude.
Here's
I
the
like
thing.
you, but damn.
No, Tino,
Yeah,
I'm not hating, and thank you for the call, and I respect the passion. I'm not hating on the Jets. I'm bringing a dose of reality to the situation. That's all I'm doing. What place, BT, can you answer this for Tino? Because I hung up on him because we want to get to another call. What place? I don't need any analysis.
I'll give you
I just
the
want the
answer.
answers. What place are the Jets in their own division after 6 weeks?
3rd.
What place are the Jets in the conference after 6 weeks?
I believe it's 10th. Yeah, I'm going to lean out. I'm going to leave out the fine print because you asked for a direct answer, but we all know that's incredibly fluid and will change. Or strongly believe that it will.
It might.
Yeah.
It might get better. It might get worse.
But it's not delusional to think that it will change.
The Bengals right now are 12th in the conference. So, like, if you were making an argument to say, yeah, but that doesn't mean anything because the Bengals aren't the 12th best team in the AFC, they're clearly better. I'm just stating the facts is all I'm doing. This is not a 5-1 start. It's not 4-2. I understand the adversity. I understand the circumstance. And let me just clear it up because I know I'm going to get this a lot today. I am not a Jets hater. I love the move of Aaron Rodgers. I was rooting for the Jets. I like Joe Douglas a lot. I don't believe in the head coach necessarily. I like him. Nice enough guy. I want to root for him. I just, you're getting way, and when I say you, I mean Jet fans.
But throw me in there too. I'll take it. Let's go.
You
I'll
and Jet fan. Well, you are a Jet fan.
It's going to be nice being on the right side of history. Boy, it's going to be nice.
And like I said, I got to think of what exactly it is. But if I'm wrong about this, and the Jets go out there and go on a run and get to the postseason, forget 10 wins, forget Super Bowl, just get to the postseason. I will give the Jet fans an opportunity to have fun at my expense.
Oh, I can't wait. That'll be a good time. And you'll be a great sport about that. That's one of the things about this show. We'll dig in, but when, if we're wrong, we'll always have fun. We'll try to include you guys. That's going to be a blast. Let me ask you this real fast here. So, the Giants at this point last year, were they 5-1? Whatever they were. Beat a couple of bad teams. We weren't really sure who they were yet. Whatever their record was, it was very good. If we sat here after week 6, and said the Giants are going to win a road playoff game,
I would have said delusional.
Thank you.
Yep. I would have said it.
Fair enough. I appreciate your honesty.
And that they proved me wrong. Like, I didn't think they were going to beat Minnesota. Certainly didn't think they were going to go to. Wasn't even sure they were going to go to the postseason. Didn't think they were going to go to the divisional round. And even in the moment, even after watching them, the way that they won that year, I did not think they were beating Minnesota. A lot of people did. I did not. And to a point where I believed in them. And this year, because of that, and look how that's worked out.
They lost $1,000 on them.
Oh my God, Linda's on Long Beach. What's up, Linda?
I'm with you, Sal. Sal, I'm with you.
Okay.
I think that people are way ahead of themselves. The Jets look good on Sunday night. But I think that if they start winning because of Zach, then I think that everything will be different. But they're not. They're not. Zach cannot throw somebody free. Zach is not ready. And thank goodness for the defense. Because if it wasn't for the defense, it would have been a bludgeoning.
Linda, I got you. You're not buying them as much as I am. I got you. What do you think's more desirable if, as a fan, would you rather have somebody maybe, 15, 20% better than Zach, throwing guys open, the things that he doesn't quite do yet, but a much less inferior defense, or a kid who's protecting the ball at a defense that's destroying people?
Okay. Well, I'm with you with that one.
Okay.
Because you know what? Great defenses win you Super Bowls. I get that.
Uh-huh.
But Zach is not somebody I trust.
Fair enough.
I don't. And I've been a Jet fan forever. My father rolling around in his giant grave. Been a Jet fan forever. But I don't trust Zach. I think that he still makes very bad decisions.
Okay.
He almost cost them a game the other day. I just
Gotcha.
Think about this, and thank you for the call, Linda. You know, it's funny. People now going to accuse me of being the biggest Jet hater. Conveniently, they
used to
forget.
say that about Tiki. I mean, you're blowing by him. I don't even think it's justified, but you got to be careful
But
here.
think about this. They conveniently forget 3 weeks ago, you and I were here front and center where people were asking me. It wasn't just about his BT nuts. They were asking me, what are the Jets in your pocket? Back Zach?
Back
What's
Zach.
wrong with you? Okay,
Back Zach.
so I'm not a Jets hater. I said you, Jet fans, should go support your quarterback because he needs you. And then I took crap for that. Back Zach, he sucks, blah, 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 blah. And just after I picked the Jets to beat the Kansas City Chiefs and cover, which they covered, but they didn't win, I did that. Now, weeks later, it's, Sal, you hate the Jets. The Jets are on a roll, Super Bowl, playoffs, all this stuff. So all I'm saying, BT, is this is not a hater's perspective. It's a little dose of reality. They've done a great job going into this bye week, 3-3. They've done a great job salvaging what looked to be a disastrous season, starting with that Monday night game. If they don't win that game, things change. They won that game in incredible fashion. Here we are at 3-3. It's great. Let's just dial it back a little bit.
Oh, that's not going to happen. Dial it back. Are you kidding me? I'll dial it back because we have a bye week and then forget about it. It'll be ratcheted up to the moon. Dial it back.
Only a scheduled...
Just getting started.
Dude, this is the one that got me on the train. Only a scheduled off week can stop the Jets after they give Jet fans best day in more than a dozen years.
Hey, the train's getting crowded, buddy. Jump on.
The second part of that might be true.
Yeah.
Would you say that's the best day they've had in a dozen years?
Would I say that that's the best
more than a dozen?
best day that they've had in a dozen years?
I think it was actually Lupica who wrote the article.
Lupica, I haven't read him in
me neither.
2 decades. Who cares what he writes?
But I think he said that it was the best win since the Patriots playoff win. I mean, they beat the Bengals.
A quick glance, like it through my mind and all the. It doesn't seem like an outlandish statement.
It's some big wins last year.
It's up there, yeah.
Right in Pittsburgh, Packers.
Yeah, but this feels different because it just feels. I can't quantify this statement. I could give you defensive ratings, and it just feels a little different. And we'll see eventually if our emotions betray us. I don't think they will.
Ooh, baby. All right, BT and Sal on the fan. More of your calls on the other side. 877-337-6666.